Hello, loves. How is everybody doing? I hope that everybody is doing well. Okay. Welcome to the weekly community oracle poll. As always, we are here to do oracle readings. So let me whip out because I know. Okay. I want to bring these two out from here. Oh, I'm about to make a mess. Okay, hold on. All right. One second. Oh, and there we go. I'm gonna bring these two out. Wait a second. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, wait, hold on. Anyway, I'm gonna bring these two out. Let's see what other deck is calling to me right now. I mean, of course, we have to have the OG of OGs. I feel like this always ends up being the one. It always ends up being the one. Okay, let me see. And then let's do this one. Let's do the Feathered Omens, which I really love. I love this deck. And I know I say that for all of the decks, but they're like my children, so it is what it is. Okay, let me go. Okay, so if you see me looking this way, because TikTok is right here. This is TikTok, this is YouTube. TikTok, YouTube. Okay. Just so you know where I'm looking and stuff, because people get curious. Sometimes they're like, where are you looking? What is going on? I am drinking some chai right now, and I know it's really late for me to be drinking chai, but I'm going to be working on readings the rest of the night, so I figured I'd just get a little bit of caffeine. Mind you, this is my second cup of chai today. It's my life, whatever. Anyway, so welcome to the weekly community oracle poll, where the whole point of this live is to provide low cost and affordable readings. So for those who are new here, if you're not a Patreon member or channel member, then you can go ahead and send $5 to $10. Or if you wanted to do it as a super chat, you can do it as a super chat on YouTube, but you can send $5 to $10 to my Cash App or Venmo, which is the same as my name, OkaniLuna. For those who are on TikTok, that's the name. And so, you know, if y'all want to do that, y'all can do that. For those who are Patreon members, channel members, for channel members, it's going to come up as like, I'm going to see that, it's going to say that you're a channel member anyway. For those who are Patreon members, put your name on the comments so I can cross you off the list. Thank you. Hey, I'm a new subscriber on YouTube. Oh, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for all of the love and support. Chan Brown said, I love your live. Oh, thank you. Welcome. And said, I want to join. Where's the info to join High Priestess? So the High Priest level on Patreon, the link will be, actually it's in the description for the Patreon, which has a lot of perks because you basically get access to all of my workshops, which is fun. And you get to access to all of the past workshops as well. That's one of the reasons why Patreon is probably one of my favorites as far as being able to give you guys access to, you know, I don't like to let the knowledge just kind of go to waste, like for it to just be in one moment, unless it's like a certification that I'm like teaching or training with. Like I don't want it to go to waste. So that's why. So if the links to the Patreon will be down below. Also, by the way, your oracle card options for today. We have the Okana deck. Sorry, this one's falling. We have the Okana deck. Only pick this deck if you're trying to do shadow work. Someone always ends up like either telling me I can intuitively pick the deck for you, and if it happens to be this one, you're gonna get read to the filth. This is an ancestral deck, and it's for shadow work, so you're not meant to use it all the time, but we bring it out for the community oracle readings because a lot of people need it for some reason. We're also going to do the Nature Speak Oracle as well. We're doing the Feathered Omens Oracle deck as well. We're going to do the Sacred Symbols as well. I might grab another one from there. And the Archangel Michael deck, which it's often a favorite. We're also going to do the Isis Oracle. Let's see. Which deck is really calling to me right now? Okay. We're going to do the Enchanted Map, which is another one that's very much like a shadow work deck. So those are the options for today. If you are a Patreon member or a channel member, you can go ahead and just drop the question. And I'm going to go ahead and start to, do the thing. Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm trying to read through the comments. Chan Brown said, I need a past life reading as well. How do we reach you kind of in a private LOL to see what we really need? So for past life readings, that is on my website. So the link to my website will be in my bio. So it's OkaniLuna.com. So you can just click on the work with me tab and you're going to see all of my services, which is a lot of services because I do a lot of things. But the rain is starting to pick up. It's been raining for like the past 3 days. It's been fun, but like, oh, your girl caught a little tingle right here, or else this live would have been yesterday. I caught a tingle right here, and I had to pull out the echinacea tincture immediately. And as you can see, she better. She looking cute. The voice is looking cute, but it wasn't looking cute yesterday. So yeah, for past life readings, any type of other readings. That's from our website. The whole point of this live is just to provide affordable, low-cost readings for people. So $5 to $10 for my Cash App or Venmo. You can pick a general reading. You can pick the oracle deck that you want me to, read from. If you just want a general reading and you want me to pick the deck, I can pick the deck. If you want to pick the deck, just tell me what deck you want. And then we will go from there. Also, this would be a great time to mention that I am having a special on all of my services right now. So if you use the code LUNAR33, on all caps, you get 33% off all of my readings, all of my services, up until the lunar eclipse. See what I did there? Lunar 33. So yeah, so definitely, if y'all need a reading, if y'all need, and also don't forget to sign up for the lunar eclipse ceremony that we're going to be having. We're going to be doing a prayer. We're going to be doing some chanting work. We're going to be doing a 30-minute meditation. We're going to be doing some release work because the whole point of that live is specifically meant for like release. Queen Ashanti said, what is the Cash App? The Cash App is the same as my username, so OkaniLuna. And I think Cash App makes you put the little $sign in front. But it's OkaniLuna. It's the same as my username. Okay. So with that said, okay. Miss Say. I was about to straight go into Missy Elliott real quick. Okay. Missy said, hey, Abby, general reading, pick intuitively. Thank you. Okay, so the Feathered Omens deck wants to take this one. I knew there was something was telling me to use this deck today. So I was like, we listen to Spirit. When Spirit says this is gonna be one of the decks, it's gonna be one of the decks. So okay. Let's see. Missy Morales. What does Missy Morales need to know? Okay, hold on. What does Miss Morales need to know right now? Okay. It's quite a bit of cards. Okay, don't fall now. Okay. Ooh. First of all, ooh, okay, I really like this deck. First of all, 5 cards came out, so Spirit said we got things to say. But the first one is New Rhythm is Developing. New Rhythm is Developing, okay? Then we have Unselfishness Will Renew You, okay? Then we have New Spring is Upon You. Then we have the Raven. Things are shape-shifting, okay? Things are shape-shifting. And then lastly, we have Trust in Your Dreams. Trust in your dreams. First of all, there's definitely a shift The eclipse season has definitely made a lot of created a lot of change that definitely needed to happen. But it's almost kind of like, because of how transformative the eclipse has been, you're going through this. It still feels like it is still spring, but it feels like what the beginning of spring is supposed to feel like this freshness, this like, oh, I can bloom now. Like thinking about how a flower starts to come out from the ground and it just starts to reach for the sun. There's this like natural focus to reach for the sun and just gravitate towards it and then just get all of the rays and be nurtured by it. There's that energy of this spring energy, this kind of new, it's almost like, and it's giving the new year, new you vibe, which makes sense because again, Aries season brought in the new year, the astrological new year. So there is this kind of newness. There is this these changes that are happening. And while it feels new, while it feels like refreshing, there's also like this the shape shifting. The things are shape shifting. It's like certain things are navigating from what they were before. Certain things are they have to be different now. They have to be approached differently. They have to come in differently. Like everything, the way things are happening, it's a shift, it's a transformation. There's definitely a different flow that you're moving into as well, and a sense of, you know, starting to think of the larger purpose of why you're here, especially with the unselfishness will renew you. As you're like navigating through these spring energies, and as you're trying to make sense of what's been happening, how things are being moving, how you are um feeling essentially about, you know, life, feeling about your dreams, feeling about your goals, like feeling more purposeful. That's also the kind of the word, because um we know when it comes to, you know, transitionary periods, we look internal, and then once we have solved internally, we start to look outwards. Like we start to like, okay, I feel like it's almost kind of like when you're charging your phone in order to use it later. It's like it needs enough time to plug in, to recharge, to, you know, renew. So then that way, when you take it off the charger, you can get back to using it. You can get back on whatever it is that you need to do with it, whatever, you know, the flow was. There's this kind of there's a lot of changes happening, and it is an emotional transformation. Um, it is a spiritual one as well. You're definitely also developing spiritually in ways that you're going to have to continue to trust yourself. You are getting trust in your dreams. So the energy of needing to pay attention and needing to center, needing to ground, needing to, you know, not disregard or dismiss. Like when it comes to your spiritual practice and when it comes to how you're working with your own subconscious, your dreams are going to be very, very telling. Sometimes they're not going to make sense, and that's fine, but you're going to get better at being able to dissect not only what your subconscious is telling you, but what spirit is telling you as these changes and these shifts are coming. There's going to be moments too where spirit is going to show you something that in the physical realm is going to present its way one way, but then through your dreams you're picking up on other energies, and then you're going to be able to reanalyze something that happened in a whole completely different way. So make sure you're also honoring that, because it might be a little bit trippy, like, wait, I'm having like deja vu in a dream, didn't I go through this before? And then it's like, wait, no, it was different. It was a whole different thing. It was a whole different experience. You might find yourself looking at things through a whole different perspective. You might come into a different realization. But there's a newness. You're also getting more in balance with your own practice, and in balance with not only what the year is going to look like for you, but what you need for this year to bring you as well. Like what the purpose of this year is in your life, what it's meant to do, what these shifts are meant to do, and how, you know, what that flower is going to do when, like, once it reaches the sun and blooms. What is the purpose? What are you doing with all that energy that you are spending reaching out into the sun and blooming? What is the purpose of that, right? And you got to keep in mind, flowers can be medicine. Flowers can be food. Flowers can help other, you know, bees. Flowers are multi-purpose spirits, right? And so when it comes to answering the question of why are you blooming, what is the purpose? What is your purpose? What is the purpose? You have to think about that now. That's something that you do have to think about. So that is your reading, my love. I hope that it made sense. I hope that it made sense. Okay. But that is your reading. I thought definitely a lot of messages coming through on there. But hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. So I'm going to see, okay. This is the way that we're going to be doing the Cash App versus Super Chat versus like on the chat. I'm going to try to get through everybody tonight. So hopefully we can get through everybody. But I know somebody sent something through Cash App, so I just want to make sure that I'm going to do like Patreon, then Cash App, then Patreon, and you know, and channel members as well. Like we'll rotate in between because I know there's some people that are sending Cash App and I want to make sure that I get to them. Let me just double check. Okay, it was Candid D'Angelo. Candid, and I think it was also Alyssa, if I'm not mistaken. Right? My notifications on here are so weird. Hold on. Yeah, it was Alyssa, Candid, and yeah, Alyssa and okay, so who's Candid? I sent for a read. Oh, okay. It's Superior 552. Okay, so let me give you the spiel again. So I'm going to show you your Oracle card options. If you want me to pick for you, I can pick for you. That's fine. I can intuitively pick for you. If you have a question, put it in the comments so I can ask, you know, I can pull for the question. If you just want a general reading, that's totally fine. Okay, you said you can pick. Okay, fine. No worries. Let's see. Okay. I am sorry to say, I think the ancestors have something they want to tell you because you got the Okana deck, which is prepare yourself. I don't know if you've been here before, but listen, this deck is not, it's not a joke. It is not a joke. Okay, let's see. Camden, right? Yes. Candid D'Angelo. What does Candid D'Angelo need to know? What does Candid D'Angelo need to know? What does Candid D'Angelo need to know? Okay. All right. So we have two cards. This is also one of the only decks that I will read from the book because, and you'll understand why. But then we're gonna read from the book and then we're gonna bring it all together. Okay. Oh wow, that pulled up real fast. Let me just grab the other one, the first card, which is and it's the first card in the whole thing. Okay, so the first card is Covet. The one who has nothing wants it all. Shadow element. Having a stubborn desire to have someone or something that you are keenly aware isn't feeding your spirit, or outright refusing to acknowledge what is fueling your inability to detach from manifesting your desires. You've heard many times from the law of attraction sources that you are the architect of your life and anything in the world that you can have if you detach. And to a degree, that is true. However, sometimes you must consider that your ancestors want something different for you. You also heard the adage that when you don't get something better is waiting for you. And at times that seems impossible to believe. Many times in life, we find that the things that we want the most seem to pass us by. Try as we might to manifest what we perceive or project to be the best for our journey. At that moment, this card is a stop sign to signal you that you may be too focused on the wrong thing. This card can be read in one or two ways. One, you are focused on something inconsequential and your spirit guides and ancestors or source are asking you to reconsider why you want it. Is it going to help you ascend spiritually, emotionally, physically? Be honest. Or magically. If at any point a tinge of doubt creeps in, stop and reconsider. Two, you're clear about the above and it is in fact in your best interest. However, your mindset is one of lack. and thus you will not receive until you acknowledge why you're operating from that vibration. It is because you are living without, so no, is it because you are used to living without it, so it comes natural to covet your desires like you'll never see them? Is it impatience? Is it envy? Unpack the reason why, acknowledge it as having served its purpose to show you what you need to fix and change the direction so you get the things you desire. Okay. And then we have flare. Okay. When the lightning flashes, it touches sky and the earth. Shadow element, experiencing emotional outbursts and perhaps even taking things out on others. An integral part of emotional maturity is being able to acknowledge what we feel and express ourselves in an appropriate way. Excusing ourselves to be alone or be with our most trusted friends to express ourselves in a safe way is vastly underused, which is why compartmentalizing stress, frustration, and anger seem to be nearly impossible in the moment. This card is acknowledging that you or someone you know may struggle with expressing intense emotion in a way that is fair to you or them, but also fair to those around who are either happy to give the space that is required or who want to be their confidant. Flare, as in temper flare, is suggesting that there may also be a struggle with taking said intense emotions out on people and failing to realize that others are not responsible for the way you feel. And in the same route, trying to bring others down when you feel down is not only unfair to them, it's also unfair to the interpersonal relationships, health in the long term. Like I said, this is a shadow work deck. It's not for everybody, but ancestors said this is the deck that you was gonna get. So this is, now we gotta talk. So with that being said, there's definitely a pent up internal reanalysis that you need to go in. You definitely have to go deeper. You have to go inside. You have to reevaluate what is going on, and also when it comes to your frustration about blockages that you're having, whether you feel like your roads are blocked, whether you feel like there's certain doors not opening for you that you want to, have open, and then are frustrated that they're not open. Like, why isn't this happening? A lot of times as people, we also put ourselves in the position where we end up kind of blocking ourselves from certain things opening, from certain things manifesting, from certain things coming in, right? And so there's times where our own actions, like we see that we're doing something that's not beneficial to us, but we continue to do it out of, no, but you want to stick through it. It's going to pay off eventually, even though for so long it hasn't paid off, and it just internally starts to build a frustration of not having that thing, and it turns into this internalized blockage where, because you're frustrated about that thing that you're putting in the time for, but it might not be, and again in your best alignment, like it might not be for you. You might be forcing something that is literally not for you. You might be trying to make something work that's literally not going to work. In whatever way you try to flip it, it's just not going to work. And that internal frustration ends up making you like lash out and kind of take it out on others, especially others that don't need to be going through that energy. Like they don't need that, and they don't really need to be at the end of your frustrating, like you being frustrated or pissed off or angry, or like, especially when it comes to the attitude is the word that's coming. Attitude, as far as how you're communicating when you're frustrated, almost like projecting how you're feeling onto others, and then that causing issues within your interpersonal relationships. You have to pay attention to the situations and the things that you have agreed upon that have created this place in this kind of energy of lack, this energy of, blocking your roads, this energy of not feeling like you're grounded, not feeling like you can kind of move forward. Like it just feels like you're frustrated. It just feels like, I'm stuck in it. It's frustrating to feel that way. It's 1000% frustrating to feel that way. But you have to understand that some of the goals that you want, some of the things that you want are going to require you to approach it with a different perspective, approach it from a different angle. And some of the things that you want might literally not be for you. And then the ancestors are like, listen, I don't know how much time you're going to give to this, but this isn't going to go anywhere. This isn't going to go anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. So you have to think about, are you going to continue to give it your time and allow yourself to be frustrated by something that has given you nothing? It's not giving you anything. All it's giving you, it's this frustration that's being internalized. So how are you navigating away from that? How are you healing? How are you restructuring? You know how when we do like blockbuster spells, when we try to remove the blockages, when we do like release work and stuff like that, sometimes we literally be our own blockage. Sometimes we literally get in our own way. Sometimes it can feel like it's something else. It can feel like it's someone else. It can feel like it's like you're divinely just blocked, like it's not happening, but then it literally be your own choice. I got you there. And so it's important for you to like understand where you have met your ends, where it has completely like, it can't go anywhere else. It's kind of like trying to grow vegetables and fruit in a land that cannot grow it anymore. And you keep trying to put in the seeds. You keep trying to put water. You keep trying and trying and trying, and nothing is growing, but you're still doing it. You have to think about that frustration after the fact of, I keep trying to work on this and it's not going anywhere. You have to think about that and try to change angles. Try to figure out, what else you can do. Try to figure out where you're being drawn to now, because right now, one, you're going to need healing. That's number one. You need to do some self-reflection. You do need to do some healing. You do need to look at, what has kept you in this state of stagnancy and in the way that you're frustrated about certain things, like why you're still there, what choices are still keeping you there. You also have to look at your interpersonal relationships. You need to look at how things are balanced as well. If you feel like it's almost like you're being taken advantage of, or you're constantly tugged and pulled, but it's not reciprocated. You need to reevaluate how much energy you are literally giving to others. And then getting frustrated when it's not reciprocated, getting frustrated when it's not there for you, like when you need it, when you need someone to like have your back. This happens a lot with Geminis too. Like they'll be put in situations, well, they can make friends like this. All Geminis can make friends like this, like this, like this. But get to that point when a Gemini is going through something, that's when you're going to see all the fake friends not even show up for them during those moments. And then it turns into, oh, but I was there for you, but you can't even reciprocate that. Like, that's crazy. That's really crazy, because I definitely have held space for you, but you can't do that. Wow. Okay. Like, you end up figuring out like who's meant for you, just from analyzing where the balance is. And right now there is no balance, right? So you need to come into balance. You need to reevaluate. You need to have a deep conversation with yourself. And you also need to look at, whatever it is that you're trying to make work that is literally not working. Your ancestors might be literally trying to just save you by just blocking that from even happening as well. Like it might just not open up for other reasons. It could be also things outside of your control that like it's meant for someone else, so it's not going to happen for you. That is just like you need to regroup and think, and kind of move into a different direction. But you're going to have to you definitely need to do like an uncrossing, but you also might have to accept that you might have been the one who crossed yourself in the first place. So that's not, not the easiest thing to accept, but it, when we're doing healing work, a lot of the times, even when it comes to like negative energy, or like when it comes to curses or hexes, sometimes we jinx ourselves. Sometimes we do it to our damn selves. And that's on spiritual consent. People you keep around you, things you have, like the people that have access to your energy, the things they do when they're around your energy, you wanted to be around them, right? Bueno, se pasan, you know, they cross the line, and then all of a sudden it's like, I gotta do, you know, I gotta do a baño. Yeah. So that was your reading, my love. I hope that it made sense. Okay, so we're gonna do, I'm trying to scroll all the way to the top so I can see all the messages. Hold on. Wait. Okay, so the next one we're gonna do is Loki. Okay, and then we'll do, I think it was, wait, who was the other person? I think it was Alyssa. And then, yeah, we'll go back and forth. So we're going back and forth. Okay, for those who are new year, for those who are new or who are just coming in, welcome to the weekly community Oracle Ball. The whole point of this live is to give you guys access to low cost readings. If you're a Patreon member or channel member, you can go ahead and drop your question in the comments. Just make sure you put your names across the list. If you are not a Patreon member or channel member, but you want to get a reading, just send $5 to $10. Either if you're on YouTube, you can send it through Cash App or you can send it as Super Chat or Cash App or Venmo. This name is the same as my username, OkaniLuna, right here. And with that being said, these are your Oracle card options. So one is the Okana deck. Only pick this if you're trying to do shadow work. If you say I can pick the deck for you and that's the deck you get, it was what it was. Anyway, also the Feathered Omens, the Enchanted Map, the Isis Oracle, the Archangel Michael, the Sacred Symbols, hold on, and the Nature Speak Oracles is all of your options for today. So we're gonna do Alyssa. We're gonna do Loki, general reading with whatever deck you're drawn to. Okay, one sec, I gotta stack all of them up first. All right, let's see. Okay, so the Enchanted Map wants to take this one, which is one time. Okay. This is another one of the shadow work decks that I have, but this one's I find it a little bit more gentle than the Okana deck. Okay, what does Loki need to know? Why do I just begin attack with tarot cards? Well, specifically Oracle cards. Okay. All right, one sec. We're gonna pull one more. Okay. All right, so I'm also going to read you from the book because I do think it's important for you to get the message for this one. Yeah. Okay. So the first card that you got was Goblins. Okay. Goblins. Hold on. Goblins. There we go. Goblins. Fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. Goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in that experience. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There, they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and that feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. A goblin's card appearance is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. The goblin's message is that you must release resentments and negative self-talk within you is the spark of the divine. Ask spirit to help you heal. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of the negativity. So that's one. Then we have Stormfields. This too shall pass. An uncomfortable chaos is surrounding you. Things that you've left unattended may be the cause of some conflict. Pent-up energy needs release, just as a storm in nature must break for these events to occur. When the electricity between opposing forces stirs things up and creates temporary disorder, not all storms are destructive. Rather, they serve nature by bringing rain to the ground and wind to the trees, enabling seeds to be widely distributed and continuous growth to be ensured. Just remember that whatever it is being stirred up inside you or between you and another will benefit you later. The sun will shine again and new growth will be observed. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little. Okay. Then we have solitude. 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 I am comfortable in my own skin as I detach to replenish my soul. You notice a theme here? Okay. Meditation is required when you receive the solitude card as a sign. Empty your mind of the super flux of thoughts and allow stillness to flow through your whole being. This is not an advantageous time to ask questions or push forward in any way. Rather, it is a period for a conscious retreat. What is called for now is to step back and take your focus off of your life and your troubles. You'll be surprised how things sort themselves out once you replenish your energy by means of much needed rest and a timeout. And then we have listening. Listening. An open heart will hear the message. Oh my God. When this card appears, you're being reminded that there is a time to speak and a time to be silent. Now is an occasion for listening. Pay attention to not only what is being spoken, but also to what is not being said at the moment, for the deeper message is not always obvious. Listen with your heart, not just with your ears, and you'll find clarity. Receiving the listening card is a fortunate sign and assures a greater understanding of your circumstances. By the way, the bottom of the deck is coming apart. That is the bottom of the deck. So lots of stuff going on. First and foremost, one of the things that Spirit is saying right now is that you need to be very mindful of how you're internalizing what you're going through. Okay. This is one of the reasons why you're getting the solitude card, because, okay. So there are times where we have these moments where, and I do this too sometimes, like, oh my God, when I get mad about something and I know why I do this, trust, I'm very self-aware, but like, I'm going to give you this example. When I get mad about something or I'm frustrated or when I'm hurt about something, I immediately, not jump to the worst conclusion, but it's more like I emotionally bring myself to the worst kind of, not the possibility. And it's not like about me manifesting it. It's more that the core thing of what I don't want that thing to be is what I end up feeling inside. Like the possibility of even that possibility existing. I don't know if I'm making sense, but just go with me. It's like, it's that thing where, and my sister, this is why I always call my sister my therapist, because she'll be like, she literally will be like, Abby, but that's not what's happening though. Or Abby, but that you're over exaggerating. That's literally the thing my sister says to me all the time. Abby, you're over exaggerating. Because in my brain, when I'm trying to process something, or when I'm mad about something, or when something really hurt, I'm trying to look at things from so many different perspectives that because I'm trying to analyze things from all of the perspectives, I also have to hit the worst one, right? I have to look at that one and I have to analyze if that's my intuition or if that's my ego. And that process makes me over kind of exaggerate the situation. So I'll take it way farther internally than it needed to go. So especially when I'm venting, like when I'm talking to my sister and I'm just like, no, but this is what it was. This is what I feel like it is. And blah, 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 blah. Even if I know that it's not true, like I'm just saying what my fear is in that moment, because it's always important to also acknowledge your fear, right? It's always important. If you continue to like bury down your fear and you don't bring it to light and you don't acknowledge it, it doesn't ever allow for a situation to be squashed. Okay. And I realized that like so many years ago. And this is why, you know, with my wife, I am able to have these conversations where I'm able to just go straight to source. And you know how we have that phrase, going straight to source, right? Going straight to the source, saying what your biggest worry is, saying what your deepest concern is, saying like to the point, like, this is how this makes me feel, not just like, oh, well, this kind of hurt. This, when you said that, it kind of hurt. Is nah, when you said that, it made me feel like X, Y, Z, and B. And that's what I'm internalizing up here. And I'm going to need you to either confirm that that's what it is or just completely like tell me that I'm way off base. So that way I have the peace of mind that that thing, that seed that's internally that I'm trying to process, it cannot manifest into reality because it's been squashed. So even though it's like, I know I'm over exaggerating, right? I'm a Leo rising. Okay, please. Let's just come on now. Y'all should know this by now. Even though I know I'm over exaggerating, there's a purpose to the over exaggeration. Okay. There's a purpose. Some people will know how to handle and will hold space for you within those situations, and some people won't. And you have to kind of accept that those moments where it's like you need to process how you are internalizing certain things and what the deeper issue is, how you're reflecting on those deeper things, and how space is being held for you or not. And if you're being honest about how you're feeling. And when I say honest, I don't mean like, oh yeah, I told that person that I'm not necessarily like, you know, I wasn't happy about this. Okay, but what is the core issue? Let's go to source. This is on some Scorpio shit. And that's on my Scorpio placements. Honestly, it really is on my Scorpio placements. I go straight to source. Okay. Y'all know Scorpio energy, they rule the truth. Right. So this is why I'm so like I like to internally analyze and process in this way, because it helps me go to the source, the core of the thing. And it helps me not to plant seeds of, you know, distrust or of, you know, of random scenarios that are just not happening. Okay. It helps me to like not allow the over exaggeration to end up, you know, taking over, right? Because I'm actually working through what I'm even all pent up about, right? And so listen to how you're reacting about certain things. If you're having a conversation and it almost feels like it's just not like a satisfying conversation, like it didn't actually resolve the core issue, you're gonna have to deep dive into what that core issue is and why that's not, the conversation's not hitting what it's hitting, because there's still a storm that's pretty much it's in process. These things, that chaos that gets stirred up, it's for a reason, especially when you're upset, when you're angry, when you're triggered. It's a moment of healing, and the way that you handle that is really important. So this is why you're getting that solitude card, because you're being asked to like go inside, go internal, separate, detach, and think about, okay, what is the core issue? What is the truth? What is your truth? Not the truth that you want others to take or believe, but what's the problem? What is the source? Where does it come from? Where does it come from? Because there will be moments that we're projecting our own insecurities or fears from stuff that happened from the past, from our past experiences. There'll be moments where we're, you know, feeling in the moment like we're not secure enough in that specific moment, not just from the past, but just in that specific moment. We don't feel secure enough, and we want to feel that security. So within those moments, how are you analyzing your internal processes? Okay, I got my sister. Okay, but you need to go, mind you, even though my sister is what I like to call my therapist, I am very like, you guys know this, I'm my own best friend, so I know myself very well. So I know when I'm over exaggerating, and I sometimes need my sister to tell me that too, like, that's not what's happening, you're over exaggerating. And sometimes I just need to hear it so I can calm the fuck down. I'm a human being, but it's important to know yourself. It's important to know how you're processing certain things. It's important to know your own personal truth. It's important to think about why, what is the purpose. So if you're having a conversation with someone, they don't have to play detective and be like, okay, but why, blah, 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 but why are you thinking this, or blah, blah, blah. You could be like, you know what, I'm feeling this way specifically because of this, because of that, because blah, 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 blah. Go straight to source. What is the source? What is the source? Because the not going straight to source is causing an internal conflict. And so you need to do some internal work. The eclipse is definitely going to push you though. It's going to push you though. So be very mindful of that. I highly recommend just detaching and processing what you need to process. If there's stuff that you feel like needs to be said, then do that. But I think you need to give yourself time first. And also keep in mind that while you are centering your truth, there's another truth on the other side, and you do have to hold space for that, which is why you're also getting the listening card. That is your reading, my love. I hope that the reading made sense. Okay, I hope that it made sense. I hope they got all the messages that you needed. That was a lot. I'm sorry. This is literally the other shadow work card that I use occasionally. So we got 2 shadow work. Are we surprised? The eclipse is literally like at the end of the week. Like let's keep it 100 now. Come on now. Are we surprised? We're not surprised. We're definitely not surprised. Okay. Anyway, so who are we doing? I think it's Alyssa. I think it's Alyssa. Okay, wait. Somebody else sent a Venmo. Hold on. I'm trying to make sure I get to everybody. Okay, so we did Candon. We're gonna do Alyssa, then we're gonna do Amelia, and then we'll do Brevin afterwards. I have to look through the thing. So we're gonna do Alyssa first, right? It was Alyssa, right? Yeah. No. It was it Alyssa? I'm trying to do these in order, but sometimes this chat be a little weird. It'd be like randomly bouncing and refreshing sometimes. No, I think it's Black Coffee, and then it's okay. So Alyssa, we're gonna get to you, boo. We gonna get to you, but we're gonna do Black Coffee first. Okay. Black Coffee said, what kind of ancestor work do I need to do to remove all my blockages in communication and love? The Black Oracle deck, please. I'm ready to be read. Said, I'm ready to be read to the film. Okay. All right. So, Black Coffee, ancestors. The consent was given to be read to the film. So, well, wow. Not a sack coming out, please. Please. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Oh. Yo, the ancestors are trolling with this reading. I'm like looking at this and I'm gonna tell you why they're trolling. They're trolling. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the cards and then we're gonna go through. Okay, so you got honesty. Okay. Honesty. You got Ashe. Okay. Ashe. Then you have harmony. And then you have deceit. The ancestors are trolling. They're trolling. I mean, you said you want to be read to the fill. You get the consent. You gave the consent. So here we are. Okay. With the tongue, one can destroy the town and save the town. Control the tongue. Shadow element, showing a lack of adroitness and sensitivity in dealing with others or difficult issues. Considering oneself a straight shooter or a no chaser can be good at times. However, giving unsolicited advice, criticism, or truths at the detriment of others just to seem blunt will cause rifts. There are ways to relay messages with tact and respect for the well-being of the party you speak to. This card suggests that perhaps you need to take a step back and really understand how you come across to people who navigate your life in a personal way. It may seem like people are keeping things from you or that every conversation dissolves into a debate or an argument, but it's not as black and white calling everyone sensitive. It is a matter of respecting the individual's personalities that converse with you and realizing that there's a way to say things that leave both parties feeling heard and not disrespected. You may be feeling like someone in your life rough handles conversations with you, or vice versa. You are that way with others. But a sign of overinflated ego is one which a person brashness expresses their opinion as fact rather than examining the nuance in a diplomatic expression of honesty. Okay. Okay, and then we have Ashe. Y'all, don't pick this card unless you're trying to get red to the filth. This is a shower card. Okay. Ashe. The world was created by one. Shadow element. Not using one's true power and relying on others to make decisions for you. Ashe is a Yoruba concept not easily translated to English, but in a base form, it means the divine power, energy, and form present in all beings to produce the change that they seek. This card is present in the reading as a suggestion that you may be going through a period in which you don't believe in your personal power, instead rely on decisions of others, parentheses, spirits, friends, etc., to make a grand decision for you and to express how much you are capable of doing. It is important to make a mental note of why you may be feeling like you lack the divinity to create the opportunities and outcomes you want for yourselves without an external input. Why do you not feel comfortable taking the initiative to create the world without looking for permission? Is it of goodwill utilizing your talents and makes if it's of goodwill utilizing your talents and makes you happy, why are you allowing others to live your life for you by planning your power? All right, we're almost there. We got two more. We got two more to navigate. We got we got two more to go through. So patience and okay. So page 11. No, yeah, harmony. Harmony. Where there is life, there is always hope. Shadow element. A struggle with being hopeful and optimistic. Are you a glass half full or glass half empty kind of person? This card suggests that you are currently experiencing a time where your spirit is disharmonious with your surroundings. However, instead of focusing on what you can do after your reality, you have lost hope in there ever being a time where you are truly content, happy, and at peace. It suggests you may have given up. Are you oh wait, are longing for a the way she wrote that was weird. Are you longing for harmony and don't know what to do to grasp it? Your ancestors recognize the dejection manifesting in your heart and are telling you to work with the joys you experience, even if it's as small as lighting a nice candle or watching one of your favorite films. Doing this gives you the opportunity to plant a seed of contentment, even if it's the size of a mustard seed, that you can water with small acts so that it grows into a positive disposition that you can harvest in times where you feel like you're being tested emotionally. And then we have deceit. Deceit. From a lie, the truth is born. Shadow element, not being honest with oneself and losing touch with one's own spirit. As straightforward as this card may seem, it really is very much an internal looking glass to see the deepest recesses of one's true nature. What is it that you feel that you are not able to show the world? Is it a sudden calling to the occult? And you were raised in a biased family? Is it sexuality? Is it a failing relationship you're convinced will work? Is it doing a job that you say you're happy with, but in reality are not? Deceiving oneself never works because only you know both the truth and the lie. And from that lie comes anxiety, fear, resentment, and discomfort because the two don't sit well with each other. The card is suggesting there is something in your life, mind, and heart or surroundings that is of deception to your true spirit. And it suggests that you may be seeing things seeing not signs of needing to sit down and be honest with yourself about who you are and what you want. You did pick this deck. Okay. Or this you did choose this deck. So You knew what you was doing? Okay, anyway. All right. So when I say the ancestors are trolling, it's because of the way these cards are set up. Like having the honesty, the ashe, then the harmony, and the deceit is like a row. The balance is should be in the middle, right? And then you have the deceit and the honesty mirroring each other at the end. So it's just, it's very like there's an imbalance. There's definitely a highlight of imbalance here. One of the things that's really, really important to note is the way that you are communicating, not only with yourself, the way that you're internalizing things with others, right? Not only with, your experiences with other people, but when you're in the moment with others and when you're being honest or when you're choosing to be open or when you're choosing to speak your truth. What parts are you hiding? What parts are you not being clear on? It really goes back to what I said in the last reading when I was talking about how I specifically go straight at source and bring it to light so it can be like squashed. You're not doing that. That's not something that you're doing. There's definitely something where it's like you're not putting your what's the word I'm looking for? It's like you're not putting your true intention forward. You're not communicating it. It's kind of like if somebody was asking you like, oh, you're having a conversation with someone and they're like, okay, this is how I feel about this. How do you feel about this? And based on the answers that they gave you, you switch up your answer because you feel like they're not going to like your answer. So you end up switching the answer because it just feels like maybe you shouldn't say it in that moment. And so you kind of like just hold it in. You're like, oh, well, it was just this. And you kind of like bury it down. And then the truth doesn't actually come out properly. It almost becomes like a half truth. Like you did talk about it, but it's very surface level. It wasn't it wasn't deep enough. It wasn't honest enough. It was technically it was a lie because you could have said more. And that's kind of where spirit is coming from. It's like you could have said more. You could have been a little bit more honest. You also have to keep in account. You have to take into account the way that your own power is being blocked by this issue. Anytime this happens, it creates an imbalance, right? It creates an imbalance up here, which starts to block certain things that you want, especially if it's with a person or a job or something like that. Like it's kind of like you wanting to go up for a position, but then, when you're talking to your boss or whatever, you're talking about the position, you're talking about it very casually. You're not like, yeah, you know what, this is something that I really want to do. I've been working on this in order to, kind of train forward, or I've been kind of networking and working with X, Y, Z, and B to try to, learn what I need to learn to be able to qualify, whatever it is. Use whatever business terms you want. But it's almost like you're not communicating us. It's almost like you're having a conversation with your boss and you're like, yeah, I would love to be in this position. Yeah. And then that's it. Like, where's the passion? Where's the communicating your own personal honesty? Where's it communicating like what you got to put a little bit more. It's almost like not putting enough seasoning when you're cooking food, but it needs seasoning. Like, why aren't you putting in the seasoning? Why aren't you, like it's not, this is not a salt and pepper situation. It requires more. It requires more, and it's not for some reason, whatever you're internalizing is not being properly communicated. Which ends up blocking not only your harmony, because then you're internally like freaking out. You're internally like, oh, I kind of want to do, but then I don't want it to be. It's almost like when you want someone else to do something, but you can very, very well do it yourself. Like you can also do it, but you're waiting for someone else to do something, but then you're not. You're in the way that you're envisioning it actually coming to life or manifesting into your life is that other person has to do it, but like you can also do it. And then it creates this disharmony because it's like it's not happening in like the essence and the speed of what you want it to be. And so when you're communicating and you're having these conversations, it's like, yeah, well, this is kind of what I want, but yeah, but you're not fully expressing how you're feeling. It creates this imbalance, and then it also blocks your own power because it's like, what do you want? It's kind of like, think of it as if you're in a restaurant, you're looking at the menu. What do you want to eat? Communicate what it is. Okay. Do you have, dietary restrictions? Communicate that. You're not just going to order something knowing that it has something in it that is not going to sit well with your body, and then you're going to take it anyway because you didn't, you don't want to overstep. You didn't want to bother the waiter. You didn't want to be a bother, right? The deception is only going to impact you negatively. It's impacting you. It's also impacting the way that what you want is coming to life either. It's you have to sit with yourself about what it is that you want, and you really need to choose honesty. You need to choose honesty. You need to be very transparent. I know that there's times where you want something to look a certain way. I get it. I totally get it. And that's honestly on also like that water sign energy where we romanticize something being something, and it's like this is the way we envision it, and so this is the only way we want it, right? And if it's any other way, it feels like that's not how I wanted it, right? But then the reality is that sometimes you're going to have to make that thing yourself. Sometimes you're not going to be able to, sometimes a restaurant's going to be closed and you're going to have to cook that thing yourself. Are you going to cook it with the dietary restriction? No, you're going to make it the way you want it. So you're going to have to reanalyze your own power in this and what you can do on your end, what you need to do on your end to communicate what it is that you want, being honest about what you want. And if it's not going to come to pass, then it's about moving on then. If it's not a door that's going to open for you in this way, then it's about moving on then. It's about how you're going to move forward, because you have to be mindful about certain dreams that you're internalizing and envisioning. And then sometimes we put dreams on other people to fulfill for us, but then it's kind of like, yes, on a hopeless romantic level, I totally get it. Okay. Totally get it on a hopeless romantic level. But, you know what this is giving? This is giving Pride and Prejudice, honestly. And I'm talking about the Keira Knightley one, okay, because that's the only one that, I mean, the series was good, but the movie one. Okay, I need you to go watch this movie after we get off this live. I need you to go watch that movie. I love that movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. This is giving Darcy. This is giving Darcy pining for Elizabeth. Pining. Like straight up, like looking for ways to be in the same room with this girl. Not communicate how he's feeling. And then when he decides to be fully blunt and honest about how he's feeling, because of how he was acting so aloof and not being completely honest in those other moments, it created a whole different scenario where she was perceiving him in a whole different way than he was perceiving her. So he was falling in love with her and she was hating him, right? And so they were internalizing two different things because it wasn't communicated properly, because it wasn't expressed properly. The honesty wasn't there. There was more deception there at the beginning, right? And so once the truth came out, there was this whole overpouring of truth coming out up until you get to the end scene, and then there's a declaration of love that is honest and that takes the initiative, and that while it might have not been something that anybody else could have seen romantic, it was one of the most romantic scenes because of how they got there, because of breaking down the barriers between honesty and deceit. Okay. So there is this energy of taking back your power and your control. That point where Darcy just breaks and he's like, I need to tell you that I love you. And are you go? Can you please be my wife? Like that breaking down of that scene where he crosses the point and he can't. He cannot live. He can't. It's taking too much of his mental and emotional energy, and he has to like take control. Hello, Shango. He has to take control, and he just has to say what he needs to say, because it was weighing too much. It was weighing too much. And then after the truth from her side got revealed, that's when the harmony started to play in, because all of the other illusions that were placed in with the deceit, with the not communicating properly, with the not stating the feelings properly, were able to be removed. It was like wiped clean. Like you're starting wiped clean. Everything is you're able to converse and say what you need to say properly. Okay? That is your reading, my love. I hope that you got the message that you needed, because it was a lot. But you gave consent, so I don't want to hear it. You definitely said you definitely said you wanted the deck, so sending you a virtual hug. Okay, because listen. Sending y'all a virtual. Okay, so we're going to do I gotta check if I think it's Venmo. Okay, I think it's Brevin, and then we're gonna do Alyssa, because we're been doing back and forth. Yo, it is pouring. It's pouring. So we're gonna do Brevin. Brevin's here, brother. Okay, Brevin, can you tell me what deck you want to use? Or do you want me to pick for you? And do you want it a general reading, or is there a question that you have? Those are the two things. These are your card options. You have the Okana deck, which we just read from. Only pick this if you're trying to do shadow work and you're trying to get read by the ancestors, because it's not an easy deck to get through. Then we have the Feathered Omens, the Archangel Michael Oracle deck, the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck, the Isis Oracle deck, the Nature Speak Oracle deck. Oh, that was all. Okay, that was all of them. Those are your options. Let me know in the comments. If you want me to pick for you, then just say you can pick, and then I'll intuitively pick for you. If you have a question, just put in the comments. I'm gonna take a sip while I wait for you to put that in the thing. And then afterwards, we're going to do Alyssa. Yeah, I believe. Or was it was it Ashanti or was it Alyssa? Oh no, I think it was Alyssa. And then okay, so we'll do Ashanti afterwards. I have to like check the thing. It was a lot of things. Hey, I put all the info. No, you're now. Oh wait, you put the info in the comments. Hold on. Just so Remo can have a reading based on the upcoming and click. Feel free to pick the deck. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. My bad. I didn't know you put it ahead of time because people were commenting. Okay. All right. So Offset wants to take this one. I had a feeling somebody was going to get this deck because she was telling me somebody needed from this deck. So it's going to be you. It's going to be you. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. For the eclipse. Okay. All right. For the eclipse. Okay, so the first card is this one. It's Abundance of Sothis. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. Abundance in many forms is increasing and flow to you now. Continue your good work of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, and wisdom and self, and enjoy the abundance responsibly. responsibly flowing to you in many forms over and over again. So that's this one. Then you have magic and ritual. Okay? And it says, effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. Heart-centered ritual can support your inner path in the physical world. You are encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice as you grow in grace, love, ability, and wisdom, applying your inner beauty to transform your outer world. Okay? And then we have power over the 7 scorpions. And you asked about what? You asked about the eclipse, the lunar eclipse that is in what? Scorpio. Fun stuff. Fun times. Okay. You are being initiated into the magic of conjuring, so as to have power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. Okay? So, first and foremost, generally speaking, a lot of people, and in different communities, different indigenous communities as well, when it comes to working with eclipse energy, generally is not recommended because it is something that can be very intense. But throughout time and throughout like colonization and all the things, we've had to kind of tap into the potent energies, okay, a little bit deeper, and working with certain energies that we're not even supposed to technically be working with just because of how intense and chaotic they can essentially be. The eclipse is one of those things, right? And so when it comes to this particular eclipse that is coming up, you are being definitely guided to, one, be working your magic through this as well. Any negative energy that is being sent your way, anything that you're experiencing, you need to, one, make sure that you're doing protection work. First and foremost, make sure you're doing protection work. But there's also you need to be transmuting energy, negative energy specifically. There's a sense of needing to take the garbage and the bullshit and the jealousy, evil, any of those like really negative energies that is being sent your way, and transmuting it for your own benefit. If you don't know how to transmute energy, learn how to transmute energy. Okay. It's not something that's difficult to do. It's not. It can be as simple as working with different elements, right? Like working with the element of water. When you think about transmuting energy, right? And when you think about how the body does it naturally, think about when you cry, right? What happens when you cry? Right? You're releasing all this water because we're already made out of water. You're releasing all this water. You're releasing that pent up energy. It's coming out of your eyes. Your eyes. How does that connect to each other? One, the element of water is very tapped in spiritually, right? It is the spiritual element, right? It's a spiritual current. When it comes to the fact that the water comes out through our eyes, like think about where else liquid comes out of. It's only 2 damn places. Okay? Coming out of our eyes. The eyes are not only a very intuitive place, but your eyes are able to transmute with the tears that are flowing out. They're able to transmute the perception of the thing that you're currently experiencing. So like, let's say you're going through something where you're just like feeling the emotions so heavy and they're flowing through your eyes. That thing that you're feeling, the reason why you feel so good after you cry is because that moment that you captured, that you lived through, that you're envisioning, right? That thing that you're getting overwhelmed by, that thing that it has you experience, right? That reality, that thing needs to be removed. It needs to be released out of your body. So our bodies naturally push it out. We can cry tears of joy, right? When we're allowing ourselves within a moment where we're feeling the energy is so high, we're feeling so good that it's like our bodies can't take an abundance of it. It needs to be in balance. It needs to calibrate, right? So our bodies, we like cry of whether it's laughter or joy, it's still being transmuted. That moment of that joy is being transmuted. It needs to be released. So your body comes back to that state of calibration, that state of peace, right? And so when you cry, whether for good or bad, whether for a good thing, something bad, or something good happened, your body is constantly transmuting those emotions, right? And so transmuting is something that is not complicated, but there are different rituals and spells that you can do that are a little bit more complex. So if you have not jumped in on transmuting energy, especially in the likes of protection work, because you are getting called to, power over the 7 scorpions, you're getting called to use the energy that's being sent to you, use any negativity, any evil eye, any bullshit, any tone, any nonsense, and transmute it. Now, you can use it for your benefit, or you can just transmute it so it doesn't even hit you. One of my favorite ways to do this is with smoky quartz. You guys know I talk about smoky quartz a lot because it's one of my favorite crystals. Smoky quartz has the ability to transmute energy. It absorbs negative energy, including from within you. It absorbs it, and it just neutralizes that shit. It just transmutes it. It just, right? And so when it comes to smoky quartz, one of my favorite crystals for transmuting energy, because it helps to protect your energy, not only from yourself, because it will te lo chupa. It like takes it out from inside of you too. And when you're around others, if stuff's being sent your way, it just transmutes it. It doesn't stick in here. This is why it's one of my favorite crystals, right? So you can do like basic kind of transmutation where it's just like you're not trying to have excess, or you can transmute with purpose, like having a spell work where you specifically set an intention that any negativity that is sent to you ends up turning into abundance. Automatically turns into abundance for you. You can do that with crystals too. You can do that with citrine. You can do that with tiger's eye as well, right? You can do that when like anytime, like and it's simple, right? You just take the crystal in your hand. You're gonna hold it in your hand, and you're gonna tell it what you need it to do. Why? Because they have their own energy, right? So you're gonna tell it what you need to do. Anytime any negativity comes my way in any capacity, anytime an evil eye tries to penetrate my auric field, it will transmute into, it will change and shift into grounding, abundance, and prosperity for me as I am wearing this XYZ, right? It can be more elaborate, or it can be a whole entire ritual and ceremony. However way you feel gravitated to working with it is however way you feel to working with it. But you are getting called to be in ceremony. This eclipse is going to be very powerful for you when it comes to abundance and money, especially when it comes to career, when it comes to your finances and something that you've been trying to manifest and create for a long time. Scorpio energy is also really amazing for business. Okay, because they make bomb managers. They're really good at managing money. So it's a good time to also, and the 8th house, which is what it rules, is the house of inheritance. This is also a really good time for you to tap into generational, like financial abundance, like gifts and things that, you have in your bloodline that are not being in use. Okay. This is also a great time to do some ancestor work and tap into, again, some of the financial generational wealth that is deep in your bloodline, some of the gifts that are deep in your bloodline that you could be using for yourself. It ultimately is going to bring you into ritual. Like you're going to be doing a lot. Think about it. Think about what you want to do and how you want to proceed, but plan it out and work it for your benefit. Either way though, the first card you got is the abundance. So you won't succeed. Whatever it is, it's gonna flow. It's gonna go your way. And that is your reading, my love. I hope that it made sense. I hope that you got the messages that you needed. Thank you, all set, for the messages. That was beautiful. Hopefully that makes sense. Smoky quartz. We'll do. Can I type on here? I don't even think it lets me type on here. Quartz. QUARTZ. Right? Quartz. Somebody correct me in the comments. Quartz. Smoky quartz. Amazing. Okay. With that being said, okay. Amelia said, where am I on the list? Okay, wait, hold on. I'm trying to see who's next. So we did Brevin. We did, okay. Oh, we have not done Ronika. Who is Ronika? Are you Ronika? Are you Ronika? somebody gotta let me know who Ronika is. Is it on? Who is Ronika? Somebody better claim Ronika. We're gonna do Alyssa and then we will do Ronika because I'm trying to do it in order. Okay. Oh, Amelia. Okay, so we'll do Amelia after Alyssa, and then we will do Ronika. But I gotta know who Ronika is. So somebody tell me who Ronika is. So I can know who it be. Sending love. This is a beautiful name. But sending love. Let me know. Let me know who that is. Okay, so we're doing Alyssa because I feel like Alyssa been kind of like left in the trenches because I didn't know if it was. We didn't know. Okay, Alyssa. Hello. Hold on. I'm trying to find. Is it this one? Alyssa said, I forgot you can pick the deck, please. Okay. Is it possible to do a what are my spirits / ancestors proud of me for? Thank you. Just sent it over. Okay. Okay, so this one is very much like Sacred Symbols wants to take that. So we're going to do Sacred Symbols. So let's see. What is spirit? Alyssa Martinez. What are their spirits and ancestors proud of them for? What? What are their spirits and ancestors proud of them for? Okay. This is a really cute reading. Bottom of the deck is Past Life and Magic, by the way. Okay, so the first card is Healer. Okay, so we have Healer, and then we have two elements. We have the element of air and the element of earth. Element of air, element of earth. So when it comes to your spirit guides and your ancestors, one, they've been proud of how you've approached your healing, how you've prioritized your healing. There is a sense of balancing also the mind and how you've been grounded, working with your ancestors, having a relationship with your ancestors. One of the things that they're saying is like, there are people in your family that benefit from the work that you do, but they don't do the work. But they benefit from the ancestor work that you do. They benefit from your blessings and how you've shifted and healed and put in the work into your bloodline. They benefit too from it. So if the abundance comes to everybody, but specifically, it's something that you're like the one. You're the one doing the work. They appreciate how you put in the effort to connect, how you put in the effort to communicate. Because that's another thing. Not everybody in your family will sit here and pray to the ancestors, will pray to spirit, will try to listen. Listening is what they're saying. Listen. Some of them don't listen to us, and it's not. And then they get into something, and then we can't. So it's you've been doing a lot of healing. You've been opening up the space not only within yourself, within your own soul's experience, but you've been doing a lot of healing within the bloodline, and that's benefiting everybody else. So they are proud that you're doing it for yourself, but it's multi-purpose. It's a multi-purpose healing, right? You being healed also impacts everywhere that your own light touches. It impacts everything else. And it helps to ground you in a way that puts you more in a stable place where you are actually getting to benefit within the physical realm. You're actually getting to ground and also manifest certain parts of your life that your ancestors wish they could have done, but they didn't get to do. So there is a coming into this grounding, but also it's very much like, you see how you can stack these two? It's like as above, so below energies. You see how you can stack those two, air and earth? There's this like, because you're doing the work, the spiritual work, it reflects down. It grounds you. You're building a sturdier foundation. And that healing allows you to not only stay and build and have this relationship with them where it's just more fluid, but they're able to continuously help you within the experiences that you're having within the physical realm. There's definitely more that you need to do as far as the healing goes, but I mean, the healing doesn't ever stop sometimes, you know, because we're always experiencing stuff and there's always stuff going on. But the amount of work you've put into the healing has been paying off, even if it doesn't always make sense to you or you don't always see it. You're not always going to, but there's like miracles that will happen within your bloodline just because you did an offering, just because you prayed, just because you know, ask for protection, ask for the protection of your family, as you know, for the ancestors to look out. Like there's many ways in which your prayers, while they seem small, your intentions, while they can seem small and only like very personal, is impacting on a larger scale within not only the legacy of your bloodline, but the members of your family that are currently alive. And continue to do your prayers, continue to set those intentions, continue to, even if you don't get to see how they're manifesting always, because certain things are going to be more internalized. There's certain things that some people are going to go through, but they're not going to they're not going to internalize. They're not going to tell you right off the bat like, oh yeah, this is what it is, or this is how I'm feeling, or you know, this is what's going on. Not everybody's going to tell you. And so it's important for you to, you know, also know that and that's kind of the thing at the healer card. This is kind of the thing with the healer card. One of the things, and for those who came to the 13 octave Lahochi training, you guys will know that one of the things that I said within that training is that when we're doing remote healing, right, and we're healing for other people, right, when we're healing for clients, not just ourselves, is that you have to trust that the energy is going where it's going. Even if your mind starts to wonder, even if while you're doing a healing session, you like start thinking about going food shopping afterwards or something, or you got a thought came into your head or whatever it is, you have to accept and give yourself grace, and also recognize that the energy is going where it needs to go. And that spirit is also helping you in the process, because as we are channeling energy, as we are calling in and drawing in energy, and as we're redirecting energy and we're being the vessel for energy, it's going to go where it needs to go. But obviously we're human beings, right? Our minds move at the speed of light. Sometimes they can move very, very quickly. Trust that even if you can't see progress is being made. Trust that even if you can't see how, you know, change is happening, because not everybody is going to tell you like, oh my God, can you believe this? Not everybody, especially within your family, not everybody's going to like be so open and tell you what's really, really, really going on. But trust that it's still happening. Trust that it's still happening. Okay. Trust that it's happening. It reminds me of the time where, I remember this one time, this was after it was a couple months after I got Reiki certified, right? I was at my mom's house and she had this huge stomach ache. Like it was so bad. Like it was just like, the thing with my mom is that she can be really, really dramatic. Okay. She can be really dramatic where she like over like dramatizes. Come on, Dominican, please. Over dramatizes like how she's feeling about something. And so she was just like, oh my God. Like she was just like, you know, again, Dominican mom. So if you know, you know. If you know, you know. But she was just like, oh my God. Ay, que se está muriendo. Oh my God. Like it was just hurting so bad, right? So I was sitting next to her and I was like, okay, I'm not going to tell her that, you know, I'm going to send her some Reiki because she's my mama. So when it comes to my mom, she's like, whatever, right? So I just put my hand on her stomach. And I was just talking to her, right? And I kind of let her kind of slowly kind of get distracted with the conversation with my sister. And then my dad had walked in the room and everybody was just talking to her like, oh, do you want to go to the hospital? Do you want to, you know? And I just had my hand right on her stomach, right? And I'm just like, okay, well, mommy, see, you know, you're not feeling good, we'll just take you. And she's like, I don't want to go. I don't like hospitals. You know, I'd rather get some tea or something. You know, my mom's very like plant medicine. So she's over here talking to us, and I'm just putting my hand on her belly, and I'm just like, just the energy's gonna go where it needs to go, right? And all of a sudden, her stomachache goes away. And she just looks at me, and she's like, "¿Qué tú hiciste?" For those who need the translation, she was just like, "What did you do?" Because her stomach it was gone. It was gone. It was nowhere to be found. It was nowhere to be found. Was I gonna sit there and be like, oh my god, is it going? Is it sending? Is it gonna help? Is it, oh my god, she's still like blah blah? No. I just trusted that what she needed to receive is what she was gonna receive. And I kept talking to her while I just had my hand there. I just kept, the energy's gonna go where it needs to go. So it's like you gotta trust that it's going where it needs to go. Trust that the medicine, the things that you're doing are not only benefiting you, but benefiting others. Even if sometimes you can't directly see it benefiting you, it's going to probably be helping other members of your family as well. Yeah, I know I always be saying, you know, the world does not revolve just around you. Okay. So that means, especially when it comes to ancestor work versus soul work, ancestor work impacts your whole bloodline, not just you. Okay, not every ancestor is going to be your primary ancestor. Okay, there's some ancestors that are working with specific members of your family, right? And so you have to trust that when you're doing this work, whoever needs to receive within your bloodline is receiving. Whoever needs to, you know, needs that healing, needs that grounding, whoever, you know, if you did a road open and you're like, I really want to do this blessing for the bloodline, whoever needed to receive that blessing needed to receive it, they got. That's where it's going. Trust and continue to do the healing work that you're doing. That is the message, my love. But the answer is yes. The short answer is yes. They are, of course, they are proud of you. Of course, they are. But I hope that you got all the messages that you needed. Okay, I know there was a lot. Yeah, you know your girl can talk a lot. Okay, you know your girl can talk a lot. Okay, so I said next was gonna be I think hold on. So it was Amelia. Okay, Amelia. Hello, but wait, hold on. I just want to make sure it's Amelia. It's Amelia. Yeah. Okay. Amelia Rose. Hello, Amelia Rose. Put in the comment if you want it to be a general reading. Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna show you the deck. If you want me to pick the deck for you, just tell me that you want me to pick. I will intuitively pick the deck for you, but I'm gonna give you the options unless you want to pick it your damn self. Okay. So your options is the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. Then you said please pick intuitively. Never mind. Belay that. Amelia. Okay, Archangel Michael wants to take this one, so brace yourself for Archangel Michael, because always a pleasure. Always a fun time. Hello, Archangel Michael. Let's see. Archangel Michael, what does Amelia need to know? What's going on with Amelia? What does Amelia? Okay, alright. Okay, one more card. What does Amelia need to know? Okay, now that's 4 cards. Okay. It was only 1 more, but it was 4 more, but okay. Okay. Boom. Ooh. Okay, so first and foremost, you are getting, 1 is use your imagination and you'll see the answer. For the Archangel Michael cards, we are going to be reading all of the prayers. Why? Because it's important for you to pray. Okay? Prayer is important. Okay? We're going to be talking about prayer practice on the channel soon, because when I tell you, I got my prayer books like all over here, okay? And I be doing my prayers every single day. They don't stop. Every altar that I have, prayer. Got to do the prayer. Prayer is important. So we're going to be doing the prayer for each card that we talk about. And then we'll talk about it. So use your imagination and you'll see the answer. And the prayer goes, everybody repeat after me. Dear God, thank you for granting me the wisdom and creativity to see your miracles in a new and unexpected ways. I gratefully and gracefully accept and appreciate your help. Parentheses, describe the situation. I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds to describe the situation. Okay. Now the next one is God is in charge. Okay. And the prayer goes, Dear God, please help me let go of this situation, giving it in faith and trust to your divine wisdom and infinite love in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. Okay? By the way, if you're going to need to rewatch this live for any reason, it will be on my YouTube because it's always available for replay over there. Okay, the next one is ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. And the prayer goes, Archangel Michael, thank you for assisting me with, describe the situation. I'll give y'all 30 seconds. Please help me be filled with faith and peace at all times. Okay? And then the last card is positive thoughts create positive results. And the prayer goes, divine love and wisdom, I call upon you now. I know that my mind and emotions are eternally and continuously connected to you. I ask my higher self to be aware and conscious of all the love and light that is within every person and situation. Okay, so what is going on? Well, first and foremost, there's definitely a need to do something in a different way than the way that you've been doing it before. Okay. You need to have a little bit of a fresh take and a fresh perspective. It's almost like you need a road opening to happen, but it's not in the way that you think it needs to happen, and it's in a complete different way. You might need to approach your situation differently, look at a different resource, look at a different outlet, look at a different solution. It's kind of like if you've been just trying to approach it from one way, like you can only see it going from one way. It's like you can't see the solution otherwise. Like, how is it going to, how is it going to shift otherwise? How is it going to, if you're only seeing it as, oh my God, the only solution is this. This is the only solution that this thing could possibly have. Like, there's no other way other than this. Like, I don't see it any other way. This is a time where you need to look at a different sort of solution. You're being asked to be a little creative right now. You might have had your heart set in something that needs to be approached in a whole different perspective. It might not be what you think you want right now, but there might be a good reason why you're getting pushed towards that direction versus trying to put up with whatever it is that's going on. It's like you need to be a little bit creative. You need to be a little tactical. Tactical is the word. You need to be a little tactical about how the solution comes to you. So if you ask spirit, right? If you ask spirit, you're praying, you're like, oh my God, I need help. I need this to I need this to clear up. I need this to just be released. Oh my God, I just need this to stop being I just need this to stop. I want this to calibrate. I need things to be okay. And it's not getting there. Then you need to actively think about approaching it through a different way, because this is giving that that Albert Einstein quote where it's like insanity is doing something the same way, and expecting a different result. It's kind of like you need to have a different solution. Okay. You need to have a completely different solution to the problem. And you need to think about it. And if you sit with spirit, if you sit with your ancestors and you're like, oh my God, listen, I'm so stressed out about this. I don't know what to do. What do I do? What solution? What do I need to do? I feel like I can only do this one thing, or I feel like I'm kind of like met in a wall. Like, how am I supposed to overcome this? If you are talking to spirit and you're like, you know what, it's going to work out. Whatever it is, and this is why you're getting this card. Positive thoughts creates positive results. You're getting asked to trust, and you're getting also asked to, once you make a decision of doing something in a different way, maybe something that you weren't planning on doing originally, to trust that it's going to work out for your highest and greatest good. There might be a reason why you're getting pushed into that direction right now. You might be like freaking out as to the why, like, oh my God, do I really have to do this? Because it's almost like a fight or flight kind of energy. And this happens usually when something that's you've been very much grounded in, like comfortable in, and it's a stable part of your foundation. When something that you've been very grounded in, whether it be your job, your home, family, something, a relationship, whatever it is that you're grounded with, when that gets threatened in some way, and when it feels like, oh my God, how am I supposed to, what am I supposed to do? Because this is part of how I stay grounded. When that gets threatened into change, it can feel really chaotic, and it can feel like you don't see how it's going to get better, or you only see one solution to it. But the reality is that grounding, it's like, you might need to ground elsewhere. And as you choose that, as you go into that space where you're like thinking about a different way of approaching the situation, where you still stay within your groundedness, because that's kind of the other thing. When you change your mind and you're trying to plant yourself somewhere else, and you're trying to ground yourself elsewhere from where you have been, it can feel really threatening. It can feel really like scary. But the solution, you have to trust that the solution, the idea, the message that comes to you, that not only is you're being divinely guided, but specifically that it's going to work out. That you have to trust that, this might have not been what you would have wanted to pick, but there's a reason why it's happening. And later, it always makes sense. There's a reason why hindsight is always 20/20, right? It's going to make sense later. It's not probably going to make sense now why you need to go into the direction that you're going in, but it's going to make sense later. It's going to make sense later. Focus on thinking about and finding a creative solution, but also not doubting that solution, not doubting the message that comes to you, not doubting the way that it comes to you, not doubting what it comes down to, like not doubting, that you're not going, oh, is this going to be the right thing? I don't know. This is not what I really wanted in the first place, especially when you feel like you only have one solution when there's a whole different solution. Don't doubt it. Just focus on, try to get in the mindset of, you know what? My ancestors got me. My spirits got me. If this is the direction that I'm getting pushed into, it must be a reason why. It must be a reason. So I'm just going to trust. I'm just going to trust that there's a reason why this is happening, and I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust. You're being asked to not only creatively come up with a solution, but trust. Trust, pray, and also allow the roads to open for you. And you're not going to fully be able to see the ways that they're opening for you, but trust. There's going to be synchronicities. There's going to be moments where it's just like, you just made it. You just got to the thing. You just found the thing. Like, there's going to be moments like, oh, this was the last thing. This was the last one. This was the last chance. Or you're just like, just trust that the door is going to be held open for you with what the decision that you need to make. And try to stay positive about it, because don't doubt it. Just trust that there's a reason. Okay? That is your reading, my love. I hope that it made sense. I hope that you got all the messages that you needed. Okay. I believe Okay, we did Alyssa. We did, hold on. Okay, I found Ronika. Ah! Okay, so this is, it's Queen Ashanti. Okay, I'm sorry. I was a little confused. Okay, wait, hold on. Ooh. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm trying to see where the question was. Wait. Okay, wait. Queen Ashanti. What? Ooh, it's scrolling. Okay. Where is? Oh, I don't see your question. Okay, boo. Put your question in the comments. If you want a general reading, just say it's a general reading. If you want me to intuitively pick the deck for you, I can I can intuitively pick the deck for you. These are your oracle options. You have the Archangel Michael oracle deck. You have the Okana oracle deck. Okay, only pick this if you're trying to do shadow work. Oh, okay, the Isis deck. All right. By the way, there's gonna be a little sneak peek, but I ordered a new offset deck, so we are gonna be doing some unboxing soon. I'm so excited to show it to you guys. Like, listen, I bought a lot of decks. Brace yourself. That haul is gonna be a little iconic, so brace yourself for those who follow me on YouTube. Okay. What does Queen Ashanti need to know? Awesome. Oh, hold on. Okay. One more card. What does Queen Ashanti need to know? Okay. Okay. So the first card that came up was Lunar Queen. The Lunar Queen. Okay. And it says, there's a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles and rest and replenishment as essential to balance our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Okay. Then we have magic and ritual. Magic and ritual. Effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. Heart-centered ritual can support your inner path in the physical world. You are encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice as you grow in grace, love, and ability and wisdom. Applying your inner beauty to transform your outer world. Okay. Magical ritual. And then you have Divine Sunchild. Divine Sunchild. Blessings of the sun flow to you now. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. It is your time to shine bright. Okay, so lots of things going on. First and foremost, I do think that this eclipse season, well, specifically also the lunar eclipse that is coming up, you might have your energy levels might fluctuate. You might end up feeling a little bit tired. Honor how you're feeling spiritually. If at any point this week or even during the day you feel very, energized to do something, like a ritual in itself, you can do that, but you are also being asked to honor your energy levels. You might be feeling a little bit more tired. You might need more rest, which is totally fine. It was happening to me right at the beginning of like the solar eclipse. Please, why do you think your girl was not online for like 3 days? Because your girl fell asleep for a lot because you have to honor your energy levels. And then you come back when your energy levels is back. But the eclipse energies for both the eclipses last about 2.5 weeks. Instead of the 2.5 days that we usually get for each, full new moon and every other moon phase, it lasts for 2.5 weeks. So it's different, right? It's a whole different energy. It's a whole different experience. It's a lot more intense and it lasts for a long time. This is why in eclipse season, it's about a month or it's a change long, right? It lasts for quite a while and you're needing a little bit more, when your energy levels are in that peak where you're like, you know what? I got the time today. I'm feeling good. I kind of feel like, I need to, focus on this, or I've been thinking about doing this spell work, or blah, 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 blah. There's a sense of like balancing, the fact that you're getting lunar and solar energies is like day and night. Day and night. You need to make sure that when your body's like, yo, you about to take a nap right now. Yo, do you know how many times this past week I had to take like multiple, and I don't like taking naps. Why? Because your girl gets cranky. Okay, your girl gets cranky. I wake up from a nap and I'm a cranky ass because I don't like taking naps. I don't like it, but like I needed it because that's what my body said to do. So I had to listen to that thing. But I don't like it because then I get cranky. But then it's kind of like, it's important to honor that your body needs extra rest. One of the things that also been happening personally is because of Aries season, I don't sleep as long as I usually do. And y'all, I'm a Leo rising. Okay, I'm a whole ass cat. I sleep a lot. I sleep like a good 8 to 10 hours a day, like every day. Like every day. I sleep a lot. Okay. And so when I say I need rest, think of cats, okay? How they spend time sleeping, and then when they get the zoomies and they want to run around the house all crazy, that's me, okay? This is why I be seeing videos at certain times of the day. Sometimes I get the zoomies at night, and then I'm over here posting videos left and right. Like, this is why y'all get me when y'all get me, because, the energy levels gotta be honored. I'm a whole ass cat. And so because of the energy levels, you have to listen to yourself. And at first, if you're having this moment this week where you're like, yo, I just want to sleep, I want to take a nap, I need some rest, or I need to meditate, or my head is cloudy or something, honor that, cleanse, release, take a shower. If at any point during this period, during eclipse season, you're like, oh my God, my head, I'm just like really like down, take a shower. And also wash your hair. Okay, those two things. Why? Because those two things will completely shift your energy levels. Completely. Just releasing whatever it was from the day, from what it will completely change your energy levels. So cleanse, release, rest. Okay, rest. It's okay to be a cat a little bit. It's okay. It's all right. You want to know why too? Because we're in Taurus season. All right. The way Jupiter is about to be in Taurus energy, right? What is Taurus ruled by? Venus, the planet of pleasure. Sometimes what brings you pleasure is being well rested. Okay, pleasure doesn't always have to be, I want this, I don't know, Louis Vuitton bag. Pleasure doesn't always have to be like, oh, I want to be in love. Sometimes pleasure is like being well rested. Sometimes pleasure is eating some really good food and feeling the flavors in your mouth and just like, I'm having a foodgasm right now. Sometimes pleasure is just enjoying or partaking on something that literally fills you with joy. So when I tell you that Taurus energy is going to, and it's already happening, is going to hyper focus us into just being in a vibe, okay, and to having that pleasure within ourselves, which very much aligns with that Leo and cat energy that I'm talking about, because Leo rules what? In astrology, the 5th house. The house of what? The house of pleasure. Okay? There's a reason why Leo, Taurus, and Libra, they go really well with that pleasure energy, with the Venusian energies, because that's literally what Leos do. So Taurus is going to amplify that. It's going to make you focus more a little on your body. And so if you need some rest, go rest. If you need to meditate, go meditate. If you need to take a shower, go take a shower. Okay? Don't sit in the gunky energy for too long. Go take a shower. Okay? So you're balancing, you're working through solar and lunar energies. You're working through the eclipse energies. When you feel like you can handle, or when you feel in your power, because that's the key there. When you feel in your power, that's when you go into ritual. Only when you feel in your power. Don't force it. If it's like on the day of the eclipse and you're like, yo, I just want to take a nap right now. Take a nap. Don't force it. Don't romanticize certain specific. There are certain times, and I can tell you as an astrologer, that specific dates are really important. And then there's other times where it's like the range of dates is also very important. And so you need to do things when you feel your best to do them. Okay. Not having the social pressure of, you know, the fear of missing out. Like, oh my God, I'm going to miss out on the energy. Nope. 2.5 weeks to work on the eclipse energies. You good. You fine. You be good. You be fine. Do it when you are at your highest point. Honor the natural ebbs and flows of your body. Don't push it. Okay. When you are, you know, when you have the energies, then work on the thing, because you also have to think about it this way. You know, are flowers really are they gonna grow as much as, you know, when it's a cloudy day versus when it's a sunny day? Come on now. If it's sunny, they're not getting as much rays, right? So you want to make sure that in order for you to fertilize, okay, vitamize, okay, give the nutrients and put all of your energy into the things that you're manifesting, the abundance and the blessings that you're manifesting. You want to make sure that, you know, you're on your sun energy. Again, that's that Leo energy. Because I'm sorry, what planet rules Leo? The sun. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are in. There's no clouds. Okay, it's not a cloudy day for you. It is a sunny day. It's a bursting in energy day, and within that burst of energy, you're able to, you know, do your thing. And that is your reading, my love. I hope that it made sense. I hope that you got all the messages you needed. Okay, I have to see who's left. I gotta see who's left, because y'all, we've been here for like 2 hours. You guys know I talk a lot though. And that's on having a Gemini moon, but it's fine. That's on having a Gemini moon. Okay, I have to see who's next. Hold on. Okay, so we did Emily, we did Canyon, we did Maya. Okay, who is Maya? Somebody, you gotta claim Maya real quick. Okay, yeah. Who is Maya? Maya is next as far as the super chats, the cash apps go. I have to see if any other patron members. Oh wait, is that Jaguar? I think it's. Yeah, it's Jaguar. I love that you're on both YouTube and on TikTok. That's so funny. Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to see. Okay. And right? It is, right? Yes. Okay, so Jaguar, you're gonna be the last one, because wait, or was it Gloria? Or Gloria, were you just sending a super sticker? If so, thank you. I love you so much. Thank you for supporting the channel. Also, y'all, it's been 2 hours and I forgot. We reached 15,000 subscribers. I'm so happy. We gonna continue growing too. Period. But thank you guys for all the love and support, because you know, I love you guys so much. Also, okay, even though Jaguar is gonna be the last one, do not forget, if you need a reading, I'm having a special on my readings right now. If you use the code LUNAR33 in all caps, my website will be linked. If you're on YouTube, down below. If you're on TikTok, link is in my bio. For 33% off all of my services until the lunar eclipse ends, because it's on the 5th, so it's only a couple days. So definitely make sure you take advantage of it. If you know you need a reading and all that jazz. Also, for those who don't know, my services include my trainings. So that includes 13 Octave Laho Chi trainings. That includes Akashic Records trainings. So I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, wait, send a cash app. That's a good story. Facts, I have seen all the work overflow my family community center with us. Okay. I'm just reading the message and I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to find the question. Wait. Is the question over here? Period. Okay. I'm gonna this saving the best for last. I'm like, okay. Wait, boo. Do you want a general reading or do you want a specific like oracle deck? Okay. General reading. Okay. Do you want a deck, or do you want to pick your deck? Ooh, or do you want me to pick it for you? Okay. If you want to pick your deck, these are your options. You have the Isis Oracle. Okay. You have the Okana. Only, you know. Okay. You pick whatever. Okay. Listen. You are at the mercy of the intuition right now. Okay, so It's funny because we ended up using all of the text today, but the Nature Speak wants to take this one, so okay. Literally, we ended up using all of the decks. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but okay. Okay. Jaguar Bruja. What does Jaguar Bruja need to? Okay, that was jumping over a little bit too fast. Okay, a little bit too fast. Okay, hold on. Jaguar Bruja. What does Jaguar need to know currently? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, hold on. Oh. Certain things are falling. I gotta move this stuff because I have everything everywhere. Okay. So this is definitely a really beautiful spread. So the first card that you're getting is Veils. I don't know where to look because I know that you're both. So I'm like, do I look this way? Do I look this way? I know you're like both in YouTube and on TikTok, so it's just funny to me. But Veils parting. Okay, so Veils parting. And that's on the eclipse energy. Happiness at hands. Okay. Keep things simple. And new doorways. Okay, so first and foremost, the way that this particular eclipse has been able to open up certain things, has been able to shift certain things to start coming through is really, really potent. The energy is you're going through very much a road opening. It's a pretty big road opening. Certain things that were very much kind of like what they're showing me is like almost like something being in like the shadow, like you weren't able to see the door that you were supposed to like open to walk through because it wasn't available to be open yet. But now it's kind of like this is where you're supposed to enter, so you can kind of walk through. So the veils are parting. You're able to see the direction a lot clearer. There's also a sense of purpose that is coming up as well. There is this sense of like, especially when it comes to the sunflower energy. What have you been? We've been talking about flowers a lot in this live, have we not? We have been. We definitely have been. When it comes to this energy, happiness is at hand. When you think about the sunflower, which gets its name for how it navigates towards the sun, how it reaches up to a sun, also how it mimics the sun, right? Because look at it. How it mimics the sun rays, how it mimics the colors, the different, colors of that orange, the browns, the yellows, right? That it just kind of ripple through, how the rays just kind of reach out into everything else. There's this mimicking of that sun energy, and the sun is coming up twice. Okay? Sunrise and sunset. The sun is coming up twice. So there's this energy of this solar. It's this solar energy. And the sun is connected to what? Vitality. Okay, vitality. It is connected to your ego, your inner child. When you're tapping into the sense of happiness, you're tapping into the things that you want, right? And so you're being called to keep things simple because the way things are, certain things are intentions, certain things that you wanted, certain things that you've been trying to work towards, you're getting told to keep things simple because the things that you're working towards are ultimately, they're calibrating. They're calibrating. You don't need to like overthink it. You don't need to overwork it in your head. You're entering into this kind of new journey, this new door that you haven't been able to enter before. Don't over stress about what's inside. Don't do that. Keep things simple. Navigate. Right now, what you need to navigate through is with your sense of joy, is with your sense of purpose, is allowing yourself to shine and find the pleasure in this door opening the way that it is. Feel the happiness, feel the joy, feel the newness, because there is the newness, right? New day, and then the sun sets, is like, yo, oh my God, you experienced that day, and then a new one comes. There's a sense of this. What happens throughout while the sun is rising and setting, these sunflowers get to reach a little bit higher towards the sun, right? They get to spread their leaves, they get to bloom, right? And so it's a really potent time for you to cultivate your own pleasure, to cultivate your own happiness, your own joy, but also for the doors that you've been wanting to open, for them to open and you just sit in that enjoyment without having to overthink it, without having to be like, oh my God, I'm stressed. I don't know. What if this? What if that? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. The Taurus energy, the Taurus season, it's grounding you, and it's putting you in a place where you're really able to enjoy this transit. You're really able to enjoy and navigate from a sense of pleasure and a sense of like, oh man, I just want to be happy. I want to feel good. I want to. And this is the other thing about this new doorway. It's part of your purpose. So it's like, it feels like, oh my God, your purpose, it's not something that needs to feel stressing, like that needs to feel like you need to be stressed out about it. Your purpose is not something that needs to feel like you're, losing yourself and trying to, no, your purpose feels effortless. It's like you're just being, you're in a state of being, you're in a state of doing, you're in a state of the thing. You are the thing, right? So the message is to keep things simple. Keep things simple, okay? Ebb and flow through the days. Honor how you're feeling. Honor your journey. Honor how this road is opening for you. Honor, the connections you're making. Honor the ways that certain things are, just all of a sudden you have the connections. All of a sudden you got all the tools you need. All of a sudden you know exactly what you need to do. And you're just doing it. Honor that. Allow that to be your purpose and continue to work towards it. And first, the best thing that you can do is to make sure that you still maintain that happiness. That is the key. It should still make you happy. You should still sit in that happiness. You should still feel that love, that sense of like, man, my purpose brings me peace. My purpose brings me joy. My purpose keeps me like grounded. It keeps me happy. It gives me a sense of joy that I don't have to worry about anything. Because why? Because my purpose it's simple yet complicated, but it is exactly what I need. It's exactly what I need it to be. Right? So keep things simple. Don't overthink it. No, don't overthink it. Even if it's something that you're currently trying to manifest, it's coming. Just don't feel it. You know what? Spirit told me it was coming. So that means it is. Your order is coming. It has been taken by the waiter. It will be coming out soon. Okay? You're going to eat. You're about to enjoy some good food. Think about that. Keep it simple. Don't over stress yourself. Okay? None of that. If you start feeling like that at any point, make sure you go to the shower, take a bath, wash your hair. Okay? Make sure up here you're keeping this cleansed, purified. Okay, spend some time in the sun as well. Also, treat yourself to maybe a little vacation or something. Okay, treat yourself to a little something. You might just need to spend some time in the sun with like a mojito or something like that. You and me both. But no, treat yourself. Make sure that you're keeping that state of joy. Okay, don't let nothing disturb your peace. Like you fine. And that is your reading, my love. I hope that it makes sense. And I hope that you got all the messages that you needed. Okay? It was a beautiful reading. Anyway, y'all, that was everybody. We've been here for 2 hours. Your girl can talk, I'm telling you. Your girl can talk. I love y'all, though. I love y'all. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off so I can go spend time with the babies. And by the babies, I mean, my dog and my new kitten, which, yes, I'm still going to introduce to y'all. Okay. I've been giving y'all some sneak peeks on Insta and stuff. She's adorable. But, yeah, we're going to be doing the bath series and, how to train your cat and to spiritually protect their home and all that stuff. We're going to be talking about it. So stay tuned for all of that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I love you guys so much. Don't forget, the sale is happening on my website if you need a reading or anything, past life, astrology, tarot, all of the things, energy healing. I will see y'all in the next one. Have a very blessed night. I gotta give both of y'all the peace out.